Well, good morning, folks. Welcome to an absolutely gorgeous morning on the farm. It's just so beautiful out here this morning. Got to do a quick tally on all the puppies. We got 1, 2, 3. Miko went on quite the grand adventure yesterday. We searched high and low for him. Thankfully, our neighbors were able to find him down the road. Yeah, he was doing the old littlest hobo. But I'm just gonna run off, check the sheeps over here, and see if anybody's had a lamb. I highly doubt it, because I mean, they haven't had a lamb for a long time, far too long, in fact. But we're fingers crossed that we're gonna get done lambing. I can see Olga right now. She definitely hasn't lambed. Maybe Thelma, maybe, probably not. Let's go see. Thelma back there, definitely no lambs. There's Olga, definitely no lambs. Boy, oh boy, Annabelle sure is big, man. Annabelle was our first lamb, and she's half as tall, if not 2/3 as tall as Olga here. Are you gonna lamb today, honey? Today would be a really good day if you were thinking about it. Boy, some days I tell you, I don't even know why we even have other months of the year. May is just so gorgeous. I mean, there have been years when May has not been gorgeous by any means. But this year, I mean, man, if every day was like today, oh, we'd be living the dream. Absolutely. You can see in here where we've been planting potatoes, the chickens have been in here. There's one over there right now. Guilty, busted. Digging through our mulch layer, looking for bugs and grubs and whatnot. Tasty little morsels. And you know, the first day I was pretty concerned. I was thinking I was gonna have to come back, fill some of the holes, but they've been active enough here that as they dig a hole, they'll come back and the next one will actually inadvertently fill it back in. So it hasn't been too terrible bad. But I think over the next week here, we're gonna have to get into this half of the garden and start seriously thinking about getting it planted. All right, so on today's episode of I Don't Think So, Jack, let's talk about predators. We don't really have a big, huge predator problem here on the farm. We have predators, don't get me wrong. We just don't have a problem with them because we've got dogs, right? That's the biggest salvation we have. We've got 2 cattle dogs and 1 LGD, and they just work overtime. The other thing, the biggest is aerial predators. Man, oh man, we had an issue with crows, surprisingly, and one time a hawk. So that's why we keep 1 rooster around. Got no real interest in breeding, but you know, he's able to protect the girls. Anyways, why I'm talking about this, I consistently see posts on social media, folks looking, oh, you know, I lost my whole flock to a coyote, or a hawk come in and clean me out, or this weasel come in and killed 13 chickens, whatever it is. Now I need to replace my whole menagerie. Well, I'm sorry, as a producer, as a breeder, as somebody that sits out there at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get these lambs or chickens or whatever it is, pigs, to survive so that we can get them to somebody else, either to continue to raise or to spend time with your family, or to end up obviously on the dinner plate. We don't do it so that you can just take it down the road and feed it to the coyotes. That's not the intent. So as a producer, when I see an ad that says that my whole flock was wiped out and I need to replace right away, I'm not going to sell to you. I'm just not. Tell me that you dealt with your predator problem, and I don't care how. Tell me how you dealt with your predator problem, and then we'll talk about replacing your flock, and I'll be more than willing to help you. I'll obviously sympathize, but yeah, if you're not fixing the coyotes, the hawks, the eagles, the owls, managing it in some way, shape, or form, and I sell you these animals, all that's going to happen is 2 weeks from now, you'll be crying the blues all over again. Not good for me, not good for you, most definitely not good for the critters. So these 2 lambs, yeah, I know there's 3 of them there, but the 2 white-faced ones, boy, are they ever going to get themselves in a pickle. Their heads are just big enough they can get through that 4-inch page wire. And their ears are acting like barbs. They get in there and then they're chewing on the grass on the opposite side, and then they can't get their heads out. So I already had to free the one yesterday and one again this morning, and that pretty much solidifies what we're doing tonight. So maybe not those 2 lambs, but some of the older ones. I think definitely Queen, Sharon, Rose, Mavis, and all their lambs we're gonna get them into the trailer and get them hauled down to the dugout pasture where there's lots of green grass, because there's not a whole bunch in here. It is coming in slowly, but they're, as you can see, they're nibbling it down as quick as it can grow. So actually one year we did, was it last year? I think it was last year actually. We run security fence all the way down here, and then we let the sheep kind of go out and graze in the horse pasture here. We're not going to do that this year. Reason being, we got obviously one pregnant donkey who, I don't know, it could be any day now, it could be any week now. Donkeys seem to be kind of wide open. 11 to 14 month gestation period. That doesn't help much, does it? And then we've got Gus over there, the little miniature pony, who is just packing a big old pouch full of piss and vinegar. And anyway, so if we put the ewes in here with them, there's a chance that there could be some shenanigans, not friendly shenanigans. And the horse, definitely the miniature pony, they like to bite at the back of the neck of the sheep. I thought they would be more of a protective animal. Elsie definitely is, but Eeyore, the other donkey, he wasn't at all. So I'd just rather not risk anything, and we'll ship them off to their own separate field. How are you doing this morning, Elsie? Want some scratches? Oh yeah, he loves scratches. Are you gonna have that baby soon? You gonna have that little miniature baby donkey soon? That'll be a good time, won't it? Yeah. So now over by the garden here, I'm trying to resist the urge to just lay here on the lawn. Oh, and soak up the sun's rays. It's such a beautiful day, but I really do gotta get in here and finish building some beds. Otherwise we're gonna starve this winter, so better get to shoveling. All right, so I'm over here at the playground, Charlotte's playhouse, her swing set, all that jazz, and we're trying to set up her trampoline. Now, as you know, if you've watched for any length of time, we get some wicked winds up here, but Charlotte likes to jump, and so as her dad, I'm going to try and do whatever it takes. And so we are going to use some rebar to stake this thing into the ground. And so I built some little clamps, and then we're going to pound these spikes through here. This is just rebar with a washer welded onto the end of it. I say welded, I can't weld. I can hot glue gun, so I bought a MIG welder, but it worked out pretty clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing pounded in there, and hopefully tomorrow the neighbors don't own a trampoline. Well, I think that's about as close as I want to come to doing some exercise today, so I'm going to run in the house, see if I can't find some small cakes, maybe a cup of tea. I'll let you go for now. I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.